Hello everybody, welcome to the United Stand. I'm Mark Goldbridge and this is your Manchester United versus Liverpool watch-along. How are you all feeling? Hopefully you're all feeling excited. Hopefully you're all ready for this game. There is a lot of conversation going on about the lineup. First of all, I just want to say welcome to the Members Club Rowbury. Thank you very much for joining us. But I think that the first thing I would say is that we sort of discussed this in the preview, and I don't think anybody said, no, you're an idiot, you're wrong. But I did say that I felt that the team, I mentioned two things in the preview. It wouldn't surprise me if he put Dorgu off the team and put Dalot in. And it wouldn't surprise me if you dropped Sesko to accommodate Mbeumo, Cunha and Mount. So those two things happened. They are a shock, but I didn't not see them happening. Yoro out for Maguire. I thought we'd seen the end of Maguire and Shaw in a back three. I mean, remember the last time we did this was Brentford away. So I'm very surprised that he's gone back to that. You could also look at the starting lineup and say there's 4 players starting that started the 7-0 game. Why is Amrim not doing his homework on this team? I mean, you know, Luke Shaw, Harry Maguire, Casemiro, Dalot, Bruno Fernandes, they've all been beaten up numerous times in a Man United shirt, and he goes to them over the future of a Sesko or a Yoro or even a Dorgu. He's meant to be building something new. And look, it reminds me of Chelsea, and we beat Chelsea. So let's just not forget that when it comes to team news, nothing is decided until full time. Liverpool could have a man sent off in the first minute, in the 30th minute, and we could win 6-0. You don't know. It's very dangerous to go, oh, Amrim out, he's an idiot, what's he doing? You know, it's very dangerous to do that, and there's no point in doing that. Who knows what's going to happen in the game? But I think it is fair to have an opinion on something that you maybe don't necessarily agree with. And I think that, honestly, I look at that team and I go, it's really difficult to understand the vision. You know when you got Sir Jim Radcliffe talking about 3 years and Amrim and the players talking about backing him, I find it really difficult to understand what the vision is, because the vision cannot be Harry Maguire, Luke Shaw, Casemiro, Dalot and Bruno Fernandes. It just can't be. That can't be. Bruno in the midfield, by the way. Bruno at number 10 is something very, very different. So I see a manager here. It reminds me of the last days of Ten Hag and the last days of Ollie. I've seen this movie before because I've done my homework, and so have you. We've sat this exam. He's behaving like a manager that's in trouble. And every manager I've seen in trouble ends up getting the sack by doing exactly what he's doing and relying on his so-called senior pros to get him results. And it worries me because I think, did you not do your homework before you took the Man United job? Did you not see that Ten Hag did this? Did you not see Ollie do this? Like, they literally started picking all their experienced players. And look, maybe we can get a result. But I feel the one I feel bad for the most is Sesko. I think it's really, really harsh on Sesko, especially against the Liverpool side that's got defenders in it like Van Dijk and Konate who've not had the best start to the season. I feel you know, sorry for Sesko. Now I'm happy that Cunha's playing. I'm happy that Mbeumo's playing. I think they're the sort of players that can get you a result in a game like this. But I think Sesko, you know, we spent £70 million on Sesko, 68. We spent a lot of money on Yoro. We spent a lot of money on Dorgu. If they're the future, why are they not playing in games like this? Why are we dropping them for games like this that define our future? It's a weird one. All I'll say is, if he gets the result, that's why he gets paid the big bucks. If we get beat, he's going to get absolute pelters. And I didn't see that coming. I didn't see that coming at all. So if we get beat today, there's not a lot an Amrim Minna like me can do to defend him. And we're in 12th place today, by the way, because Villa have gone and won at Spurs. They've just won. We're down to 12th. So that means there's 11 teams above us. So yeah, it is interesting. Let me know your thoughts on the team as we've seen it. I'm not aware if there's, I mean, Dimmy says the selections are mad. I'm not aware if there are any injuries to Dorgu or Sesko or Yoro, you know, maybe that's it. But yeah, only thing they're experienced in is losing, says Harun. And this is where I do agree with you, Harun. I think you're absolutely spot on. When you look at United, you can't even say, I understand why he's gone for experienced players like Maguire, Dalot, Casemiro, Shaw, Bruno, because four of these players played in the 7-0. So they're experienced in what? What is it they're experienced in? They're experienced in going to Anfield and keeping a clean sheet. They shipped 7, you know? I said in the preview, I think Maguire starts for set pieces, says MT90. I do remember you saying that, to be fair. I'm officially Amrim out. He's gotten rid of a lot of the right players and talks a lot of sense, but his team selections are what turned me off. I'm not Amrim out. I'm not Amrim out, Wan. I think I couldn't do that based on a team selection before the game's even been played. But it's becoming increasingly difficult to understand what the vision is. Like, I can't tell you how sick I felt in the stomach when I saw the team, because I've been excited for 2 weeks for this game. I was encouraged by the Sunderland game, and then he goes and changes a winning team. I mean, let me just reiterate this. So, Man United 2-0 Sunderland. Let me just go through the lineup for you, because he's changed the winning team. He's changed the team that played quite well. Yoro's been dropped. Dorgu has been dropped. Sorry, no, Dalot. Did Dalot? No, Dalot did start against Sunderland. So, Yoro's been dropped and Sesko's been dropped. So, he's dropped 2 players. Dorgu hasn't started the last 2 games. I thought he did start there. So he's made two changes to a winning team to bring in Maguire and Cunha. Bench is stronger than the fielded players. Let me just talk to you about Manchester United's bench, by the way, because I don't think I've mentioned that. And we also need to have a quick look at the Liverpool side as well. So let's have a look at the lineup. Bench-wise for United, you've got Biinda, Dorgu, Heaven, Mainu, Mazraoui, Ugarte, Yoro, Xerxes, Sesko. My big concern about this is this game could be over in the first half an hour. So Liverpool are lining up with Marmoshtashvili in the goal. I don't know how to pronounce his name. Bradley, Konate, Van Dijk and Kirkez. Gravenberch, McAllister and Szoboszlai, which I think is their best midfield 3. And then Isak, Salah and Gakpo, which is probably their best front 3 as well. Look, we can still get a result here. I disagree with people saying we can't. Welcome to everybody who's watching on Twitch, by the way. Toxic Wafflex, Rundown Cookie and Kyle Foster. Thank you very much for getting involved. Remember, if you want to subscribe, you can do that for free through Amazon Prime. It's pinned in the live chat. Shortest Straws giving us a super chat on YouTube. He says, I was so excited for Amrim. I wanted him to succeed more than anyone, but I'm officially Amrim out as well. No Sesko, no Dorgu, no Yoro. There's a lot of people not very happy, which is such a shame ahead of a big game. I mean, I'm just hoping we're going to get the result. That's what matters to me. Amrim sacking himself with that lineup. It is a crazy lineup. You know, there must be something about Amrim that's just ridiculously stubborn or arrogant or self-destruction, because he must know the fans are going to hate that team. The Sesko one's the one that bothers me. I mean, I don't like Dalot. I do not like Dalot. Moving Dalot to left fucking wing back. I mean, there's too many people being shoehorned into that team, isn't there? I want to get Maguire in, so I drop Yoro. I want to get Dalot in, so I'll move him to left back and I'll drop Dorgu. I want to get Bruno in, so I'll play him in the midfield. I want to play Cunha and Mount, so I'll drop Sesko. And it's the shoehorning of players. He spends a lot of time telling us about how his system needs time, and then we see the hypocrisy in him shoehorning players in out of position. Like, Dalot's not a left wing back. Bruno is not a midfielder. Cunha is not a striker. Harry Maguire is a centre-back, I'll give that. But I think he wants to get the sack starting that team, says Jack, unless the plan is to use them to wear Liverpool down and bring on the subs to exploit tired legs. Why has he dropped Sesko, says Hypochondriacs. I mean, I suppose looking at that team from Man United, I suppose the only positive we can take is that he hasn't dropped bloody Lemens, because to be honest with you, some of the selections he's made, I think Lemens is very lucky to be starting because they're that wild. I feel like Amrim just wants to cash in, says Ghetto. And square pegs in round holes, Amrim out, says Methane Man. Back to having 5 number 10s again, says Tomo. Thanks, Tomo. It's the same thing, Mark. We get excited, and when the team comes, the team news kills the excitement. How can we stay optimistic? It's tiring, says Ashish. I've played the game. I've played the game. I think it's very fair to have a conversation about the lineup, but I also just want to urge caution. The game is not kicked off. Anything can happen. If he wins this game, I want to see everybody going, myself included, fair play. He got it right. And I want him to get it right. But what I will say as well is, because I said it last night, if this team wins, what's the future? Casemiro? Maguire? Shaw? Dalot at left wing back? Even if he wins this game, it's nothing more than a plaster. It's not going anywhere, is it? I'm not going to go to bed tonight going, this team's going to do great things. There's too many issues with that lineup. It's too short-termism. And that's what I mean by hypocrisy. You've got Sir Jim Radcliffe talking about patience. We can't switch a switch. It's going to take time. We've got a manager doing that. We've got players doing that. And then we get a team that's ridiculously short-term. So as fans, you sort of go, What is the plan? You want a long time, but then you go short term. If you want a long time, you should be picking the likes of Yoro, Dorgu, Sesko, Mainu. But he goes short term. So it's almost like he doesn't believe his own story. This team to me is like, I'm shit scared of losing. I'm going to get as many experienced players as I can and hope that experience helps me. Because I don't trust Yoro at Anfield. I don't trust Dorgu at Anfield. I don't trust Sesko at Anfield. I don't trust Mainu at Anfield. I think that's what it is. I think that's what it is. I think it's a lack of trust. Mark, thank you. Shannon says, why are we starting 5 number 10s at Anfield? Bruno, Ahmad, Cunha and Burmo, Mount. Yeah, okay. What is the thought process with this manager, says Nath Footy? It defies logic. Eric Ten Hag did the same thing, picking Rashford every match, even though he was awful. Benching Yoro is criminal, unless there are injuries, of course. Sesko, thank you, Nath Footy. Sesko should keep playing Cunha there. It's not right. I love Amrim, but he's starting to annoy me, says Scott Page. The team selected is set up for a draw, but hopefully we can win something from the bench with a winner, says Mohamed Idris. We have to not concede in the first half an hour. I think it all comes down to that. And we must not, in any way, shape or form, underestimate this Liverpool side. Like, you know, it's strong. If it turns up, it's strong. I tell you what worries me as well, is I'm looking at... I don't know whether Amrim just lives day to day and doesn't look at the past. You know, if you're in Amrim's house and you put on UK Gold, he says, get out! It's banned! All right, I put the History Channel on. Are you trying to wind me up? I don't look back. I only look forward, right? Because I almost go, you played these 3 centre-backs against Brentford and it was a fucking nightmare. Like 2 Premier League games ago, you played this back 3 and it was a fucking nightmare. I mean, is Maguire going to be the central centre-back? So, can I just make a really, really good observation? People think we've made 2 changes. We've dropped Yoro and we've dropped Sesko. We've actually made 3 changes. Because if De Ligt goes to right centre-back, De Ligt is going where Yoro is and Maguire is going where De Ligt was. So we're actually making 3 changes. Because although De Ligt is starting, if he's not centre-back, he's basically moving position. So he may have made 3 changes. Welcome. Thank you very much, Palmarius, for subscribing, and Kermison as well on Twitch. You're absolute legends. Thank you very much for that. You can do it for free with Amazon Prime. Thanks everyone who's getting involved. For Henry Burst, I think it's going to be 2-2. I went with the Liverpool win anyway. I'm not about to change that. Dalot, Maguire, Shaw on is madness, says Ross Nelson. I was excited, says Shortest Straw. I wanted him to succeed, but officially I'm Amrim out. There's a lot of people saying Amrim out before the games even happened. I think, you know, remember, this is not a match reaction yet. This is a preview to the game. Big decisions made by Amrim. I hope it works, but I do not agree with Maguire, Delo and Shaw, says Henry. I think he's trying to limit damage with some of the over-the-hill players. It's damage limitation, says Nick P. Hard to back a manager who continually picks dross, says Stu. Maybe it's time to go as much as I want him to succeed. Wan is another one who is officially Amrim out. He's gotten rid of a lot. I've done that one already. Even our managers are being toxic with the lineup, says Mud. Only thing they're experienced in is losing, says Haroon. We've done that from MT90. Hello, Mark. God bless you, says Jacob. I'm shocked and disappointed by the lineup. He keeps doing the same mistake. Anyway, let's hope for something positive. He's acting like an idiot, says James. It's going to be a tough day. Criminal to bench Sesko. He wants his payout, says Byron. What the fuck is that team, says Carlos. Seriously, that's bad. And I really can't stand Yoro not starting, says Luke Mason. He's clearly our best defender with Delit. I really hope Maguire isn't the last defender again. Thank you, Luke. Maguire and Delo over Yoro and Dorgu is criminal. Amrim has made a mistake with the team lineup straight away, says Joey. You know what I think it is? I genuinely think he's one of those managers who has come into this football club and said, anything that's happened before I'm not interested in. Because there are lessons from history in some of these players that he trusts. He's so clueless, says Christopher. How can the fans see more? Francisco, that was from Christopher. Francisco says, in Amrim we trust. Amrim always says we have to suffer, but it's his lineups that are causing us to suffer. I'll give him a chance, but this is his last one, says Tyreek. Ricky said we're playing deep, so back three makes sense, says Shan. But we would do that anyway. Maguire, Shaw, Delo, Bruno in midfield. I see no future with this team, says Dazzo. Same players have been through 3 or 4 managers. This is like Ten Hag all over again, says Tyler. And teams who've beaten Liverpool recently played counter-attack. And this team without Sesko and Dorgu doesn't give us that. Yoro should be starting as well, says Mitchell. Ricky's player to watch is Delo. He's cat piss. What, Delo or Ricky Thornster? And Marcos says, been looking forward to this match for 2 weeks and Amrim's ruined it. Heaven showed so much promise, never plays a game. Mainu will leave because of Amrim. If we lose today, my patience will run out. There's no pace in the back line, says Rajdeep. Well, I don't think that'll necessarily matter. I'd be very surprised if I saw a long ball over the top and it's Isak against Maguire, like Brentford, because against Brentford, I think we tried to play on the front foot. So I think we're going to play very, very deep. And we're going to probably be quite hard to watch. I remember Ten Hag doing this a couple of years ago. I think we drew 0-0. So I think we're going to try and suffocate Liverpool and frustrate Liverpool and counter-attack. Duncan Disorderly, thank you very much for subscribing. And Akka, thank you very much for subscribing as well on Twitch. But, also remember, it only takes a handball or a miscommunication or a mistake to be 1-0 down in the first 5 minutes. And this whole United side means nothing. So, hi, Mark. We still need to account for fitness of the bench players. The lineup might be better fitness-wise, and if they survive the first half, he's got options, says Nazib. Amrim was meant to drop the Sith, not join them, says Envib. He's meant to be the chosen one. What's Ricky's obsession with Shaw, says Tom. And it's about the players, it's about the structure, says Jamie Carragher. When I look at that Manchester United side, you know, I think we're absolutely gonna batter them like a fish at a fish and chip shop. Amrim saying Maguire is in to defend crosses, but surely they got us with pace and midfield runners, says Mount Rashmore. Mate, I don't like this style of management. It was something that a previous manager got a load of stick for. And, you know, you have to call it out. If we're being reactionary and picking players for minor things like defending corners, we're already in trouble if we're making those sort of decisions already, where we're scared of, you know, things like that we have to put a player in just for that. And as you say, it's what about the pace? Right. Look, you know what? We might be worrying about nothing. It has happened before. And the manager must manage. Yeah, this is what Ruben Amrim had to say about Harry Maguire. He's got a lot of experience. Mate, shove your experience up your arse. Seriously. Experience in losing. I like Harry Maguire, but don't come out and say Bruno, Delo, Casemiro, Luke Shaw and Harry Maguire have got a lot of experience. I tell you what, I've got a lot of experience, Amrim. I've got more experience than you in Man United. They are experienced in losing, pal. They're not experienced in winning. So your experienced argument means nothing. He says, Cunha has a characteristic that can help the team project forward. This brings us different strengths to help us win the match. I'm just so pissed off about Sesko. He says, even if we're playing on the training ground, representing Manchester United is an honour. I know this is a special match for our fans, but every match should be the greatest moment of our career. Well, he's not wrong there. Arne Slot's had something to say. He says, we've seen Sesko play the last 3, 4, 5 or 6 times, but they come to Liverpool and they change the lineup. That's not the first where we've faced a team and they've done that. Well, you can't moan about that. But Harry Maguire is warming up in the centre of the back 3. So De Ligt's been shifted out. I mean, De Ligt, our best player this season, and we're moving him out of position again. It's such a head scratcher. It is a head scratcher. That's as far as I'm going to say before the game kicks off. But yeah, thank you very much, everybody who is getting involved. DJ DBM, thanks for subscribing on Twitch, and also Wickland P as well. Appreciate that. I think this is the first Manchester derby for a long time where both fan faces don't feel confident. It's not a Manchester derby, mate. It's an unofficial derby. I think Liverpool against Man United has always been my favourite game, biggest game. So, yeah. If you're watching on YouTube, by the way, please do subscribe to the channel. It's free to do it. We're getting very close to 203,000. We're only 100 away. So please do subscribe, bottom right-hand corner, and share the video. Thank you, everyone. I think it's going to be a big stream no matter what happens today. It always is against Liverpool. And I'm hoping that Manchester United can get a result. Antin says, what's your thoughts on the lineup? It's not the team I would have picked. And the funny thing is, we've been live for 20 minutes and I've not even mentioned Bruno in the midfield, which is normal. Normally we would talk about the midfield, but I can't even talk about the midfield because there's too many other things to talk about. We're playing a false 9 again. We're putting Harry Maguire at the centre of the defence again. Delo is playing at left wing back against Mo Salah. Ahmad's going to be dealing with Gakpo. It's a worry. It is a worry. But look, as I said before, I think until the game kicks off, there also has to be an element of, well, let's wait and see. But I haven't mentioned this today, but in the preview and last night, we're focusing on ourselves a lot. We're at Anfield. Liverpool are the champions. They've got better players than us. They've got the crowd. They've lost 3 games in a row. All those 3 games were tight losses. Like Chelsea was a last-minute goal. They've won every game at home in the Premier League. We've not won away from home. You're not the first person to say 4-0 to me as well, Heisenberg. I'm now manager out, says Dazzo. Everything about him from formation to team selection. His team selection is survival mode and it's not a bright future, says Dazzo. Lineup just full of bad decisions. This one is a loss, says Yomi. Number 10 ball. Amrim going to get sacked, says Toby. Look, let's just get behind the team. Let's see what happens. Some of you might be right. JNM Craw, thank you very much for subscribing. Let's see what happens. Ball watching Delo within 5 is my prediction, says Family Channel. I can't believe this lineup. There is a big hole in the midfield of our team. Slow CDM, terrible centre-backs. Keep up the good work, Mark, says Ashley. Are you hammering him out yet, Mark? He is terrible, says Johan. I mean, mate, when I'm hammering him out, I'll tell you. I'm not going to be hammering him out before a ball's been kicked. There might be something going on here that none of us have figured out. Why does every manager who comes with some sort of a pedigree come to United and then commit the same mistakes the previous manager made? It's like the club ruins everything it touches now, says John. I think this is a great point. My big disappointment with Amorim is that he had a very, very interesting style at Sporting. He had a very, very distinctive vision at Sporting, and we've seen none of it at United. The same thing happened with Ten Hag, and he abandoned it. And every manager does the same thing. We end up using Luke Shaw, Harry Maguire, Delo, Bruno Fernandes and Casemiro. And I know, well, no, Ten Hag did use Casemiro. He bought him, didn't he? There's a lot of symmetry between Ten Hag and Amrim. And we sacked Ten Hag. And yet they make the same decisions. They use the same players. I'm not going to say the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and again. And yet, I just did. Jace, welcome to the Members Club. Thanks for getting your badge in. Are players like Mainu simply not match fit now, says Elliot Taylor? Well, that becomes a very good point. If you don't play games, you can't be match fit. I thought he'd go with Agate today as well. I mean, that's something we've not spoken about the midfield, and we know the midfield's a concern, but Casemiro needs to be careful. Our player, let's get some positivity in here, says Weenie. I wouldn't be surprised if we went and won this game now. Talks about winning second balls, then drop Sesko, says Visco. Well, can't believe Sesko's not starting, says Lizard. I think the interesting thing about losing Sesko is that we're going to defend a lot in this game. So if I'm Lemens or I'm De Ligt and we're under pressure, I can look up 50 yards and go bang. And Sesko might win the header. He might hold the ball up. And then you move up the pitch and you have a breather. There's an out ball. We've removed the out ball. And I don't understand why we've done that. Because a big man up top who's mobile at Anfield, to me, is absolutely perfect. But, you know, and also as well, I think we missed this point. Young players don't have a lot of confidence. They're learning the game. So if you're Dorgu and you're Yoro and you're Sesko, what's the common theme there? Dropped again. Young player dropped again for experienced players that have had their chance. And that's a running theme as well. He's got no problem dropping Yoro, Sesko or Dorgu at all. Or Mainu. Doesn't care. But they're meant to be the future. Why are you bashing their confidence? Today is Liberation Day. Amrin will be sacked, says Venkat. He won't be getting sacked if he loses to Liverpool anyway. Even if they do well, it doesn't mean he got it right. We'd be better with Yoro, Dorgu, Mainu and Sesko, says Omar. What if it works, says the K-Stone. I hope it bloody does work. I just can't feel Bruno. I can feel Bruno's going to have a stinker, a crybaby captain performance at Anfield again, says Johnny. Left side with Delo, Maguire, Shaw is getting ran through more than Lily Phillips, says Caitlin. Amrim actively trying to spoil my week as well, says Mike. Sorry, but he has got this team wrong. And if we lose badly, he's getting it after the game, says Cameron. Yeah, I think it needs to be parked to there. I think if he gets it wrong, then obviously that's what, where a lot of people will go. Michael says, at this point, I am Amrim out. Why else would he put out these lineups? Yahid says, Yoro puts his head on the line to defend. Amrim and the team don't look confident. A lot of heads down already, says Dan. And in Amrim we trust, says Francisco. We've done that one, haven't we? Tommy Boy Mystic, thank you very much for subscribing on Prime. You can do that for free with Amazon Prime. Play's about to come out. Thanks everybody who's tuning in, as always. We've got nearly 40,000 watching on YouTube. You're absolute legends. And we've got over 500 watching on Twitch. So please share the video, get involved. Thanks everyone for all your comments as well. Look, somebody in the chat just said, relax. Zelly says, relax everyone. I've got my stand-up desk up. There is no way I'm going to be relaxing for this. Even if we had Prime 99 team, I wouldn't be able to relax. It's got nothing to do with the team. There's something that kicks in when you're playing Liverpool at Anfield, and it ain't about the team. It's just, this is like, I can feel the goosebumps building now. This is Anfield. This is Manchester United. This is a huge game. I get nervous about this game even when we used to have people like Beckham playing, and Keane. You get nervous about this because they are the enemy. They're our biggest rival and they're baying for our blood. And you're going into the Lions' Den and you're like, I don't want to lose to this lot. I do not want to lose to this lot. It's unacceptable. It's the one game where you go, don't you fucking embarrass us in this game. So, come on. You know what? I want to see every single Man United player. DJ Andy, thanks for subscribing with Prime. Regardless of who he's picked, and that's on Amrim. If you have been picked, there's no fucking excuse. There's no excuse at all to down tools and not put it in. Go out there and put a performance in. Amrim needs to decide which 10s he wants to play. This lineup feels like it's made to shoehorn as many as he can into the first 11. We must be the only team to play 4 10s at Anfield. It's 5, Emily. Bruno, Ahmad, Mbeumo, Mount, Cunha. Gur says, if we all believe this club is toxic, then Amrim has to hold a rigid line. Results are one thing, but a club reset is more important. The goals we concede is over culture and the ability, not system. I got myself chicken, popcorn, tandoori wings and a good beer. Hope the game is as good. Let's go United, says Rascal. Enjoy. I'm nervous, Mark. Give me the oil, says Alex. Is it the owners having their say on set-up players, says Ian? And Dylan, sorry I missed it. I think this front line could do damage. I quite like the front line, Robert. I hate the fact that Sesko's not starting, but I haven't said anything negatively about Cunha, Mount and Mbeumo because I do like them. It might work. I'd rather Sesko was playing, but I like those 3 players. I just don't like them all together. We need to stop calling them experienced players, says Christopher. Call them old players. Amrim out for me. He needs to go. I wish the media would call Amrim out on these selections instead of the system. Bruno in midfield, Maguire over Yoro, no Sesko, Dorga. It's a joke, says Jack. Slow in the midfield, fast up top, so I'm expecting Bruno long ball, says Mott. All aboard the Bonnie Blue Bang Bus. Free entry for Salah. Oh, Evan. Evan, that would have been a good line for me. Concede first, I'm afraid our defence will be useless. If we concede first in the first half an hour, you know, it's going to be bad. I'm going to stay positive, says Alan Noonan. Hope you're doing well, pal. Wesley says, everyone's saying Amrim out. Amrim out needs to grow up. You'll be saying the same thing in 6 months' time with a new manager. 99% of the time, you do not get all the tools you need, but you still need to get the job done and show a vision. And he's not, says Hassan. Can't believe the chat hates the team. We're not playing a high line. We're setting up for a smash and grab, says Honk. Are you Amrim out if we lose 5-0, says Benzo. Sack him at half-time, says Angus. It's going to crush the confidence of a youth player when they perform well, but they get dropped, says Vibor. Well, Sesko scored 2 goals in his last Premier League games, and he gets dropped. As a striker, that's going to really annoy you. M21 Twitch, thanks very much. Players are about ready to go. I mean, look, we've not spoken about Liverpool, and I suppose that's probably a good thing. Remember, this crowd is up for it. They will be up for it. It doesn't matter whether you're playing a deep line or not. The first 10 minutes, if they come for us, we're going to have to deal with the siege, you know? Have to. Good luck to all United lads except Mount, says Rub, who's a Chelsea fan. Hello from Slovenia. How do you guys like Sesko so far, says Borry. We like him. We want him to start. And he's not. Which is annoying. But there we go. Please do share the video. We're nearly at 40,000 watching. United all the way. Let's see if we can do it. It's going to be tough. It's going to be very tough. And I don't think there's any chance, by the way, that we're going to play scintillating football where we're relaxing. I think this is going to be a very, very intense game. And with a lot of Liverpool possession. I would say they'll probably end up with about maybe 70% possession today, this evening. But let's wait and see. I need to move you so I can start you. Where's my timer? Right, let me get ready to start the timer here. One game a week can't really help young players to change Amrim decisions to contemplate on experienced players. I think Amrim is ready to lose his job, says JB. And ever been to Bury, says Dominic Tyler? No. I don't think I have. Kalner says, with Dalot playing, we're going to lose. Big shout out to Dominic Tyler. He's just gifted 5 memberships. And away we go. The timer's up and running. Fister94, thanks for subscribing with Prime. Well, United got the ball here at the moment. Nice little interchanging. Cunha into Dalot. I can't stand Dalot at left wing back. I'm sorry, he's got no left foot. I cannot stand him at left wing back. Again, another player out of position just to get him into the team. So, I mean, I've had 2 weeks off from this, but Delo at left wing back, fucking hell. Nobody Liverpool leave him as well. You notice how nobody marks Delo when he plays at left wing back? They never bloody do, because they're like, nah, he's shit, don't worry about that. Come on, Ahmad. There's a Liverpool player down. And Burmo scores 1-0. He's given it! 1-0 to United! What were you moaning about? There's a Liverpool player down, but it's 1-0 to United and it's Mbeumo straight away. Liverpool caught out. Michael Oliver's not going to change it. Wow, sit down. What were you moaning about? We're all stunned. Stunned here. United score first on their first attack. Can we play you every week? What a start. Well, there is a Liverpool player down here. I don't know what happened, but you can't change your mind, Michael Oliver. Ahmad slips it into Mbeumo. 1-0 in the first minute. I mean, Liverpool are asleep here. No, there's not a foul there. It's Van Dijk who actually takes out McAllister. I mean, it is a head injury. Michael Oliver probably, Liverpool fans might moan about that. It's definitely a head injury. Probably should have stopped the game. But it's not our problem. It's not our problem. I watched the game yesterday where he stopped it instantly for a facial injury. But Michael Oliver's let that go. It's not our problem. Not our problem at all. I think Alisson probably saves that as well. But what a finish by Mbeumo. What a start by United. Amorim, a long way to go. Long way to go. Calm it down. He's given the goal. He can't not give the goal. Mbeumo. I said it in the preview. Mbeumo and Cunha in games like this are players in games like this that can make things happen. I tell you what, I would not want to be listening to a Liverpool fan now because by the letter of the law, that's a head injury and he should have stopped it. We've done nothing wrong. Like that is nothing to do with us. But the letter of the law, he should have stopped the game. That's a head injury. But, you know, we've took advantage. And rightly so. It's not our fault. It's not our fault. Red Devil says his own player hit him. That's not how the rules work, mate. It's if you get hit in the head, it's a head injury. They normally do stop it. But it's not our fault, like you say. It's not. We didn't foul him. But, I mean, Michael Oliver is going to get pelted. I mean, it's nice it's not us for once. You know? It's nothing to do with us. We're 1-0 up. Leave us out of it. I think there's going to be an influx of Liverpool fans from That's Football going, hey, you hate the PGMOL, be fair. All I'm going to say is, if we conceded that goal, I'd be losing my shit saying it's the definition of a head injury. He should have blown his whistle. But we're not the referee. We're Man United fans. We're just going to get on with the game, score the goal and play to the whistle. And that's what we've done. Leave us out of it. Leave us out of it. But they fucked up there. He's definitely fucked up. Definitely. You know, he's got a bloody head. He's definitely got a head injury and the referee should have blown the whistle. But these things happen, you know. I almost feel like going, you know, when Nathan Collins should have been sent off for that red card and nobody really backed us? Well, you know, what goes around comes around. Don't speak to United fans about the PGMOL and VAR being shit. We already know. We already know. But look, what a dream start for United here. 1-0 up, took it well. And it sort of plays into... Well, it's like starting the game 1-0 up. You know, the last thing you want to do is concede first in a game like this. But scoring first, it completely plays into our hands. Confidence should go up as well. Dream start here at Anfield for United. Hello, mates. Says Tracy. Hope you're doing well. Last time he gave Delo red card. That's referee, says Pran. Required reading for Amorim should be Old Yeller, says Luke. Angry Kirby says, I'm calm. Good. Good stuff. Right. Man United 1-0 up in the first minute, basically, here. What's the defence doing here? Why is Gakpo in our penalty box? Good defending by Maguire. Bruno misses the header. I mean, it's going to be a long afternoon of defending now. So look, somebody in the chat said it. They're not wrong. You can score too early. You can score too early in a game. But 100%, I ain't going to go, oh, we scored too early. I take the bloody goal. Michael Oliver will level this up at some point, says Niki. Look, I'm just going to say it again and then move on from it. If that happened to us and De Ligt collided with Bruno and Bruno went down and they went and scored, I would say, by the letter of the law, that's a head injury. You should blow the whistle. What if McAllister had gone down, you know, with concussion and swallowed his tongue? Michael Oliver would get all sorts of shit. He has fucked up. He is a shit referee. But you play to the whistle. We scored a goal. What do you want us to do about it? And it was a good goal. So I can be fair enough to say, yeah, definition of a head injury, should have stopped the game. But, you know, what do you want us to do about it? The PGMOL are shit. It's not our problem. You know? It's not our problem. You play to the whistle. Hello, Mark. Amazing start to the game. Can you say hello to my sister, Merith, who is watching the show for the first time, says Stig. There you go. Hello to your sister. I hope she's enjoying it. If the opposite team are one-on-one with the keeper, can I wallop my teammate so he gets a head injury and the match can be stopped? Dream starts, says St. Jimmy. Marlowe says, I think Oliver will look for an opportunity to make it right. Red card incoming. I would hope not. It's not our problem. Bobster, thanks for subscribing with Prime on Twitch. Well, this makes it a hell of a lot more interesting now. Yeah, I forgot Alisson wasn't playing. I mean, look, I'm not saying Alisson would have saved it, but he's a very good one-on-one goalkeeper. But that was you'd want Mbeumo to score that in that situation. He took it so well. Lovely ball by Ahmad. And it should give us a bit of confidence here now because we can play with a little bit more pizzazz, you know, a little bit more confidence. Ty says it's very ironic how Liverpool's shirt sponsor is Play On. Hey, good one. Donut, thanks for subscribing with Prime on Twitch. De Ligt already covering for and yelling at Ahmad, says Dimitri. Foul throw by Liverpool. They're having a shit start here. Keep it up. I haven't looked at the Liverpool bench. So they've got Chiesa, Ekatike, Frimpong, Gomez, Jones, Rio, Robertson, Wirtz, and Woodman. I think he's got the recipe for a great game. Mr. Pilkey, thanks for subscribing with Prime. We're knackered now. Ref's going to even that up at some point, says Jonathan. I don't know because I haven't got the commentary on. Is it pretty much being vilified that he got it wrong? I mean, I think he did get it wrong, but you know, they might come out and justify that they didn't. In which case, we might be all right. Jay Carts, thanks for subscribing with Prime. That's never a penalty, by the way. I'll tell you what, if he was going to even it up, he could have done it there. Liverpool in crisis, says Ladios. A long way to go. Amrim's not justified anything yet. Maz Baz has just gifted 20 memberships, by the way. Absolute legend on Twitch. And welcome to Pope as well. Bruno very deep here. Goes out for a throw-in. Good point by Buds. He says Mbeumo and Ahmad are constantly at each other on who's picking who up. Bent says hi to my girlfriend, Sid. Meshers, thanks for subscribing with Prime. Another stop-start game. It works in our favour if the referee does... well, this might work in our favour. Keep stopping the game. Oliver's having a great game. Yeah, I always said he was a good ref. It's not required to be a stoppage of play immediately if you don't see it and the player is behind play. If someone has counterplay, you could turn and punch your teammate to stop a break, says Jason. You get sent off for it, mate. I think you're all getting too technical. Don't worry about it. It's got nothing to do with us. We played to the whistle. We scored a goal. We're winning 1-0. You don't try and justify the PGMOL. They fucked up, mate. They fucked up. If you punch someone in the head to try and stop a goal, you'll get sent off, whether it's on your teammate or not. So that's a stupid theory. The reality is, Alexi McAllister had a bad head injury. He should have blown up straight away. I can accept that because if it had happened to us, I'd want it, you know, if Maguire had gone into the back of Bruno and they'd scored, I'd still be moaning now. But like everything with PGMOL, sometimes you get absolutely fucked and sometimes you win the lottery. And we've played to the whistle. We've scored a legitimate goal. We don't need to worry about it. Let Liverpool moan. I'm glad we're not moaning. Random fact, the last time Man United won against Liverpool away was in January 2016, says a peaceful friend. Well, from what I've seen of Liverpool in this first 10 minutes, they do not look very good. I've watched most of their games this season, actually, and they normally go at like 2-0 up and start, give up ground, but this could be good. Oliver is refereeing for a City advantage, which is good for us, says Marlowe. Howdy, Mark. Watching from Oklahoma, says Nemo. Thanks very much. Niki says, I know who Neville is blaming it on. Look, long way to go. If they get a goal back, the crowd will go up. So we still got to focus. It's a great start, but we still got to focus. Why has McAllister got a swimming cap on? I take it had a bleed. All the long balls from Lemens with no Sesko stings, says Miles Clark. You see, you play a tall man, and then on the back post, you've got Van Dijk being marked by Dalot. Oh, we're playing Maguire for experience than height, and then you leave Van Dijk on the back post against Dalot. So we're zonal marking anyway. Just put Maguire on fucking on Van Dijk. Clackers says, I love you, mate. Thank you very much. Oh, God. I'm even more nervous at 1-0 up. Need that clock to keep ticking. It should be at least 33 minutes by now. How's it only 13? Very, very stop-start here. I think we've started off quite well, though. It's quite an open game. I don't know whether it's because we're wearing white, but I feel like there's a lot of space out there and there's a lot of white shirts. If we can just settle down a little bit, play with confidence, could be our day. Long way to go, though. Jozza NV, thanks for subscribing with Prime on Twitch. Imagine what... Well, no, I'm not going to say it. Not going to say it. Salah with a bit of space out wide. And Dalot as well to get in on him. Mason Mount's got that. Lays it off. Bruno. Nice ball out to Ahmad, who has been the out ball a lot this half. This is exactly where we scored from before. Oh, Dalot and his fucking right foot again, isn't it? It's a lovely ball by Ahmad, but he has to control it with his right foot, which makes him easily tackleable. If he controls that with his left foot, Bradley can't get in. But because he controls it with his right foot, Bradley's banging. Nearly 60,000 watching. Thank you, everybody, for getting involved. Appreciate it. as always. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, bottom right-hand corner. We're live straight after this with my match reaction show. Do player ratings, mark every player out of 10, 6 being the average star for your man of the match. And then we're back in the studio for the fan forum after that. Did not and still do not agree with the lineup, but if we go and win it, fuck yeah, says Island Boy. Let's just get the win and move on. Sesko on to seal it at the end. Shirt sponsor said play on. No stoppage, says Salman. Hansa, thank you very much. Nick P says, if I was Liverpool, I would target a certain Brazilian we have in midfield who enjoys the colour red. That's from Nick P. Jonathan says, the crowd's booing every time the referee gives United at this point. He will hold his nerve. Doubt he will hold his nerve for 90 minutes, says Jonathan. Is Slot under pressure if the results keep happening, says Jared. And happy Diwali to everyone, says Andrew. Prazak says 7-0 incoming. Well, it can only be incoming for us. Liverpool on the attack down the right-hand side with Bradley. Maguire clearing it away. Thank you very much. Lemen's distribution has been very poor so far, says Goldio. Noticed that in the Sunderland game. We're also hitting long balls from the goalkeeper far too much. But I don't mind the long ball if you've got somebody like Sesko to get on the end of it. Nice ball by Isak. And a good interception by Luke Shaw. Niche 67 Enjoyer, thank you very much for... thank you. Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much for joining the Members Club. Hello from Florida. As Gunners are with you today, says Spencer. I mean, there'd be 4 points behind Arsenal if we win. Lemen's long balls would look a lot better if he had Sesko getting on the end of them. Great finish by Mbermo, says Evan P, regardless of the referee. Yeah, you know, you play to the whistle. Diwali in India tomorrow. What a gift if we win, says Simran. Long way to go. Not that impressed with Liverpool so far, but how much of that is down to how we've set up? That's a handball. He's going to give that. He's going to give that. Unless Ahmad says, well, maybe it did hit his... I thought it did hit his hand. I did think it hit his hand. It wasn't the hand. That's not a handball. That's not a handball. I saw his hand up in the air and I thought, shit. That's not a handball. No, it's this hand it hits. You don't want anything like that. I was seeing Hannibal Mabry, Burnley all over again. This is the problem. We're hitting all these long balls and no one's there to get them. Nick says, what's your prediction? My prediction was actually 2-1 Liverpool, which sadly could still happen. But good pressure there, and we've won the free kick. Kirkez is struggling here. He's been struggling at Liverpool. Cash says, are you feeling well today? Well, I'm feeling very good at the moment. Obviously, I want to temper that with we've only had 20 minutes, but Liverpool just don't look at it at the moment. And I think straight after the international break as well, you expect teams to not be quite at it. So to get that early goal, it's really important. It's not really the sort of ball. I feel bad for Mason Mount there because that's not really the sort of ball for him to be running onto, is it? Salah, Isak, post. Oh, I tell you what, we got away with it there. That was Gakpo, thank God. Well, it didn't make any difference. They both hit the post. I think Isak might have finished that. Liverpool just hit the post there. I mean, there's not a lot you can say defensively about United there. That was just a very, very good attack. Very, very good, quick attack. It all starts from a long ball for Mason Mount that he's never going to get to. Like, he's not that type of player. Why is Wirtz not playing? Because Szoboszlai is better, I think. Weird decision B16 says not to start Sesko. Bit of a warning there from Liverpool. But that's a bad cross by Szoboszlai. It's going to go for a throw-in. Yeah, a bit of a warning here from Liverpool. Really good break. And Gakpo, I mean, there's no keeper going to save that. Hits the post. Delo's getting a bit of stick. I ain't got anything to say about Delo. I don't know. I don't rate him, and I think he's a shit left wing. I don't rate Delo, and I certainly don't rate him at left wing back because he's got no left foot. But Amorim adores him, so you'll always try and find a place for him. Connor says, why is Delo on the pitch? And Burmo playing as the centre striker here at the moment. I love our goalkeeper. When the ball hit the post, you see him diving for it. If it was an Arna, you'll see him stand in the middle, says Mohammed. Goes through to Lemens. DBC says, come on Arsenal, come on United, do us Arsenal fans a favour. This was the break by, I mean, the midfield's just gone, isn't it? Good ball by Salah, one touch by Gakpo. I mean, to be fair, if he scores that, it's a wonderful goal because he's got 1 metre on De Ligt. Lemens is in a good position. Why are they sitting back inviting the pressure, says Tyler? Well, I think that was the plan all along. Good play by Luke Shaw. Colin Bolger says, has gifted a membership, thank you. I love our goalkeeper when they've done that one from Hamid as well. Ahmad's got a lot of space down the right-hand side. Lays it off. Should be 2. Oh, Bruno. That's a massive chance. No, that is a fucking goal, mate. Come on. That's what you're there for. Lovely play by Ahmad again. Holds it up. Lays it off in the box to Bruno. I mean, God, you've got to hit the target, mate. You've got to score that. He's got to score that. That is a golden opportunity. Golden opportunity. He knows it. He's so disappointed. I mean, he's got all the time in the world. Pick your spot. Imagine that, 2-0 up. If anything, he's probably gone for too much accuracy there. He's tried to put it in the top corner and actually just hit the bloody target. Lovely play by Ahmad. Lovely play by Ahmad. He's having a good game. Chad says, Bruno always misses. Did this summer's transfers hurt Liverpool's flow, says Forms. I mean, we're not here to analyse Liverpool's transfers, but to be fair, Diaz wanted to go. Trent wanted to go. Obviously, it was a tragedy with Jota. So, you know, 3 of their players, they had to replace. Bruno's yelling at Ahmad, saying pass was too good. This is Jason. Delo poor, but Bruno's dropping a trademark stinker, completely useless when he's like this, says Aldo. Of course, Bruno misses it. Pathetic, says Tyler. As long as he can make a save, who cares about distribution and on Lemens, says Jonathan. Who do I think is going to win the Prem? Cookie lover, Arsenal. At the moment, Man City look the best contender, which is quite surprising. Manu Brand says, I think that Bruno miss is going to come and hurt us. I hope not. I hope not. I mean, I'm a big advocate of that. Those sort of things can happen. But playing through the midfield a little bit too easy here. That's just one pass and they're in for a shot. James says, I don't think Bruno's up for it this season. Liverpool traditionally under Slot are a better second half side. These long balls are pointless. Go on, Mbeumo. Take Van Dijk on. He ain't got it anymore. Oh! Cunha puts the cross in. Keeper spills it. And Mason Mount nearly... I mean, it would have been brilliant improvisation. But he can't quite turn it in. Jerry says Bruno's head's in Saudi. I don't think it is. I think he's... I know people are saying Bruno's had a bad game. I mean, I haven't noticed that specifically. Liverpool are a bloody mess here. Mount. Fucking hell. What are Liverpool doing? Cunha. Delo. Misses the ball. Liverpool on the ropes. See, I mean, we might be about to get a very big result here. I'm starting to believe. Should be 2-0 up. That keeper's shaky. That Liverpool keeper is shaky. 100%. Keep shooting. Yeah, leave Delo alone. Probably should have done a little bit better. Kirkez is having a stinker. I don't know why. Well, look, I suppose that's the difference, isn't it? You know, Slot wants to build for the future, so he plays Kirkez every week. Amorim chooses to not play Yoro and Sesko and Dorgu and Mainu and go with the more experienced players. And to be fair, I think Liverpool should be going with Robertson, but... They do look a little bit lost here, Liverpool. Amazing what an early goal can do. Cunha's making us look like a team here, says Nick P. Long balls versus Van Dijk is useless. And Mark, we need to score 2 more goals, says Carrie. We probably should have had the second goal. Well played Ahmad there in the deeper position. Delo, fucking hell. He's having a stinker, Delo. I mean, the cross comes in there and he basically passes it to Isak. Watch this. This should not be happening. On your strong right foot as well. It's terrible. He'd have got absolutely slaughtered if that had gone in. You look... okay, you're blocked by... Sorry, we'll always get a few knobheads in the chat. Can't blame the head injury there. Liverpool shirt sponsor literally tells them what they should have done. Hope you're well, Mark, says Jake. Thank you very much, pal. I just want to say thanks for the channel, says JMD. Love United and have been dealing with PTSD. Having this channel makes every day easier. Thanks for being part of the community, pal. I know it helps a lot of people and it's great to have you with us. Nikki says, big and fast beats small and fast 10 times out of 10. Liverpool are a taller team, so we're not winning the 50-50 balls, but we're playing very well overall. Delo for Ballon d'Or, says Jack Wales. The game is not ticking along as quick as I want it to here. Still only half an hour gone. But we are in the front. And we should be 2-0 up. Get Delo off. He's costing us big time. He's made 4 mistakes already, says Luca. They can't handle our interchanging front line, says Robert McCormack. Defending in a 4-4-2 right now, says Jake. And Jonas says, I'm scared of the second half. You know what, though? It's a bit like Fulham away, isn't it? You know, we started that game well and we didn't score. And in this game, we've started off well and we've scored. And I think that's the big thing, isn't it? We do create chances, but we probably don't score as many as we should. That's good play into Mbeumo. Everything good we're doing is down the right-hand side. Delo is killing us, says Poochie. 55th birthday today, says Michael. Let's see if I can get a birthday win. How many attacks should Delo be allowed to destroy before he gets prison time, says Marlow. And Mbeumo in the pocket between Van Dijk and Kirkez is promising, says Mount Rushmore. Well, it's Mason Mount. You know, as Robert McCormack says, there's been a lot of interchanging in the front three. I mean, that might not be great for Sesko's future. If this works well, it might not be, but it has worked well here. We may be losing aerial battles, but we are at least winning the second ball, says Luke. In defence of the long ball, says Ben Mitchell, we seem to be winning the second ball every time anyway. Van Dijk just heading it straight back to us. And these long balls are necessary, says Ideas of Dummy. Notice every time Van Dijk heads it, it falls to the number 4. Number 10s we have in the middle of the park. Yeah, I mean, strategically, I don't disagree. Hit the long ball, win the second ball. Which is exactly what's happened there. Canate wins it, we win the second ball. So, yeah, well analysed there. Kirkez is the player to exploit. I mean, brilliant last season, but really struggling at Liverpool from what I've seen. Here's Gakpo. Oh, God, how did that nearly bloody deflected in. Jammy gets. Gakpo's cross again. Salah, oh, Delo again, caught under the cross. He's having an absolute stinker. He's having an, you know, to say we're playing well is an understatement. But to say Delo is playing shit isn't. Like, that's a cross to the back post to Salah and he's caught underneath it again. I'm starting an FC 26 career so I can sell Delo, says David. Dildo doesn't belong in the Championship, says Forza. I think that's a misspell. Delo's only in for his long throw, says Milford. Play Dorgu or Leon over Delo, says Frosty. You can't underestimate just how important that first goal has been as well. It just gives you something to hold on to, gives you some momentum, gives you some confidence. I mean, Delit's having a chat with Amrim there. Good player. Who would you say has been our best player? I think Ahmad and Burmo, obviously for the goal. I think they've been our 2 standout players. I think Luke Shaw, actually, you know, I don't want to give Ricky any credit because I really don't think Luke Shaw should be part of our future, but I actually think he's turned the light switch on today, which we know that these players can do. Maguire's been steady, Delit's been steady. Great save, Lamens. And there was an offside anyway. And a great save again from McAllister. He was offside anyway. I think there was no way that he was offside there. He's not offside. Isak is not offside there. I don't know what the linesman's doing. That is just a great save. Give him the credit. It shouldn't get cancelled out for an offside. It was a bloody good save. A little bit easy to get in behind Luke Shaw there, though. You've got to watch that. Just got to keep being a threat ourselves, because Liverpool is starting to come back into this game a little bit, and Ricky said Delo was the man to watch because he'd pocket Salah, says Hoisey. Well, still a long way to go in relation to that. Maybe he'll be right. Not going to get many chances. Can't afford to waste another, says Gareth. Yeah, I don't fancy the last 20 minutes of this if it's 1-0. I'd love to get the second goal. Don't worry, I'm not moving. I'm stood up, so I'm just dropping my knees a little bit here to get a little bit in. Sounds wrong. Sounds very wrong, actually. Move on, move on, move on. There's nothing to see here. Cunha and Mbeumo are poor in comparison to Sesko, says Apple TR. Sesko's wasted at United. What was the point in signing Dorgu and Leon if we're going to keep playing crappy right back at left wing back, says Luca. Happy to see a keeper catch a header but not slap it into the top of his net, says Amar. And David from Belgium, welcome to the Members Club. Thank you very much. If you're watching on YouTube, by the way, please do subscribe to the channel. We're really close to 203,000. Get involved. And I'm starting an done that one, thank you. What was the done that? Thank you as well. Mbeumo is probably your best forward option this season, says DBC. I'm very happy with Mbeumo and Cunha. I'm very happy with Sesko. I'd like to see that as our front three, but Mason Mount's doing all right. Right, Liverpool got a free kick here. Andre Onana says, do you miss me yet? You made a massive mistake yesterday, didn't you? Right, deal with these. This is what we've got height for. De Ligt does well. Bradley wins a corner. Don't expect Liverpool to lose, but Arsenal fans are licking their lips right now, says Found Some Cash. Corner to Liverpool. Casemiro heads it away. You've got to close it down there. You've got to close him down. You can't let him get all that much time. Luke Shaw needs to be very careful there. It's all right. It's all right. Can we approach how good? Can we appreciate how good Lamens is? I think we always do in this chat. I think he's done very well since he came in. Shows confidence. Does the basics really well. Makes a big save there against Isaac. It's nice to have a goalkeeper that isn't a liability. Free kick on Bruno here. DH says, we've definitely missed a decent keeper. Lamens looks like the real deal. 5 minutes to half time. We've got to get to half time. Got to get to half time 1-0 up. Or 2-0 up. But yeah. You've got to come out of this half in front. Oh, God. Gakpo nearly scores for United. Swings his foot at it as the cross comes in. And it flips up. I tell you what, this goalkeeper for Liverpool's dodgy. He has... It's like what we've seen at United. You know what? You might bring a decent goalkeeper in, but he is lost in the nerves. He is a liability at the back for them. We need to keep testing this bloody goalkeeper because he looks shaky, whereas we've got a goalkeeper who looks very, very confident. Corner to United. Put it right in on the goalkeeper, Bruno. Put it right in on the goalkeeper. He has as well. Oh, brilliant. That's exactly what you do. And it's Kanate. That keeper was not getting that. He was absolutely glued. It was like watching a Nana. He looks out of his depth here. He's like Bilbo Baggins in the deep end of a swimming pool. And Mbeumo do it same again. Right in on the keeper. Right in on the keeper. No, it's not as good. It's not as good. If Lamens is going to be our number one long term, then we need to sign a set number two as good as Romero to ensure standards don't drop, says Mitesh. So Jim paid Michael Oliver, says Ghost92. We can finally relax. Amrim has fulfilled the achievement of winning 2 games in a row. This game is in the bag, says Ryle. Fondest memory from United Liverpool games, says Forms. Well, probably Cantona 96 for me in the FA Cup final. Definitely missed a decent keeper. Done that one. I hope you beat Burnley at FIFA one day, says Kursoff. I think I already have, plenty of times. 4 minutes to go to half time. Cunha tackled by Konate, but Ahmad still got it. Bruno, lovely chest off by Cunha into Mbermo, back into Ahmad. Lovely ball into Cunha. He's got a... he's going wide, that is. Only reason we're playing well is because we're playing in the UAE colours, says Cal. Thanks, my bro. Someone in the chat says you could be winning this 3-0. Benzema. We certainly could be 2-0 up. I mean, to be fair, Liverpool have hit the post and it was a great save by Lamens, but I definitely think we're good. We're good for the win at the moment, or the lead, as you'd call it. We're a threat. Can't beat the Gary Pallister double at Anfield, says Gareth Davies. I think long throw from Delo. Come on, lads, let's help the guy get a haircut, says J Dead. Gravenberch. Go on, Ahmad. Don't use the keeper there. Um, 43-year-old says Vincent. Best I've seen at Anfield. Mount is the key. Sesko will get the hunger. This is not the best I've seen at Anfield by a long way, mate. We're doing all right. It's not the best we've played at Anfield. Ahmad, man of the match. Brave start. Delo is better than Salah. Yeah, you're pissed. Come on, United from Arsenal, says 1080p. Luke Shaw actually been decent. I think he has. Hyans, I think he has been decent, you know. Come on, lads. Let's help the guy get the haircut. Thank you very much. PJMOL says, PJMOL confused me. It favours Man City or Liverpool, but maybe today could result in Liverpool loss and City is still Arsenal loss away from another title. Is the league bought, says Jasmeet. Oh, I don't want to do any conspiracies. Mata hat trick, hands down, says Jay. Delo's playing so bad. Hold on a minute. Oh no, it's gone for a throw-in. Manu Brand says, Delo's playing so bad. Anyone with me? Only got a minute to go to half time here. Yer is happy with the game so far. Love from Vienna. Thank you very much, pal. Nearly 70,000 watching as well. Thanks everyone for tuning in. As always, absolute legends. Get your thoughts in at half time, of course. He might add 3 or 4 minutes on here. Here we go. Jack in on Twitch says top 4 finish this season. Look, if you can turn up and play like this every game, a lot of people might actually agree with you. But you know, we all know about well played, Delitz. Brentford, don't we? And Grimsby. Metis says, what is his obsession with Delo? He's absolutely awful. 4 minutes added on. I knew they'd be bloody. I knew he'd add loads of time on. This low block really works well now though, because it's so hard for Liverpool to find a way through unless they put the crosses in, and we've got more height than them on the cross. Slot sack incoming, says I not. Yeah, there was a head injury, Jay. Yeah, I forgot about that. I just don't think you can moan about shit refereeing in this league because it happens to everybody, doesn't it? It's not an injustice. It is an injustice, but it happens to everybody. It happened to us against Brentford. Headed away. Gakpo's got lucky there. Delow and his never-ending clearances to a red shirt. Ange Postecoglou, only in his first season, says 1080. De Ligt looking good, says Rob. I think he's been brilliant all season. Gary Neville blindfolded is better than Delow, says United. Eric, thanks very much for your super chat. When we played you first game, I thought you were actually decent and could have won. Issue is consistency, which Arsenal fans know all about too well, says Found Some Cash. Ahmad, both our best attacker and defender, says Marlowe, and maybe a little bit naive, but I'm liking the competition between the players. If you want to take something positive, that Delow is playing, says Joseph. Lovely play by Ahmad again down the right-hand side. He has absolutely destroyed Kirkez. I don't think Kirkez comes on for the second half. Slot can be quite ruthless. Do you make any changes at half-time? We don't, Ghost. I don't think we need to. Pang, thank you very much for subscribing with Prime on Twitch. You can do that for free with Amazon Prime if you've not done it already. 2 wins on the trot and United are looking dangerous again. Does anybody know that it's about to hit half-time and not full-time? What's this 2 wins on the trot bollocks? Lamens is cooking. Shaw is cooking. Can feel the swagger coming back. Could we win the league? Yeah, another pissed comment. Or a sarcastic one. About 30 seconds left of this half. Luke Shaw sliding in. He's had a good half, Luke Shaw. That should be half time. It is half time. Good half from United. 1-0. And I tell you what, Mbeumo looks a little bit disappointed. He should be over the moon because it was a very, very good goal. Maybe a little bit of controversy, but we don't need to moan about that. Manchester United 1-0 up at half-time. Give me your thoughts. Bruno has to score that chance, says Aaron. Yes, but look, Lamens made a very good save from Isak. They hit the post. Bruno should have scored. So on balance, I wouldn't be too downbeat on Bruno because Liverpool had 2 good chances, which one hit the post and one was a good save. So I think we're good for 1-0. I think there's a lot more work to come in the second half. It's going to be very interesting how we play if it's 1-0 with 20 minutes to go, whether we really start to invite pressure or not. I'd love to get the second goal. I'd like us to keep playing like we are, which is being a little bit more on the press, being a little bit more on the front foot. But you know what? On the balance of play, we're good for that. There's no luck in that. And actually, it's not been totally park the bus. Liverpool have really struggled against the back 5, which we're allowed to implement. And we've actually won the ball up quite high up the pitch quite a lot as well. So, it's in our hands here. We're going to have to play 90 minutes. We're going to have to play 90 minutes, of course. Those are the rules, but we're going to have to play for 90 minutes anyway. Should it have been a penalty on Ahmad? No, absolutely not. No, I don't think that needs to be discussed at all. What does need to be discussed is the stats. I'm very interested to look at this at half-time because I feel like, well, I don't even know what I feel like the stats will be, if I'm being completely honest. I feel like we've had possession, 40%. Yeah, I mean, I thought Liverpool would be up at 70, so that's good. 7 shots to 6, 3 on target to their 4. 2 corners each. Our passing accuracy has been better than theirs. No, their passing accuracy has been better than ours. Look, it's not a smash and grab. I probably would have expected Liverpool to be slightly ahead, and they are slightly ahead, but I feel like we're comfortable, as comfortable as you can be at Anfield at the moment, and we're worthy of the 1-0. So let's see what happens in the second half. Liverpool's Arne Slot side do tend to do better in the second half, and he's going to have to do that, certainly. I personally wouldn't make any changes at half-time. Obviously, we all have to say that none of us were particularly happy with the team. But, as I said, you can't sack a manager on a team news, and it's to be judged at the end of the game. Now, so far, so good. I still would say, if he'd played Sesko and he'd played Dorgu and he'd played Yoro, I still think we could have played the same. I don't think Maguire and Mount and Dalot make the system. I think the system could be better with certainly Dorgu and Yoro and Sesko in the team. But the manager is allowed to pick the team, and as long as we get the result, that should be applauded. So at the moment, I think it's working well. But I wouldn't go back on what I said about the team, and I don't think anybody else should. I think we'd be better. I mean, Dalot for me has been awful. So I think we would be better with Dorgu at left wing back. Maguire's done well, but I'd rather see Delit central and Yoro on the right. Yeah, so I still think that those changes, well, I still think that those selections were a little bit of a head scratcher. But at the moment, it's working well. You still got the clock on. Sorry, time to clock off. Please do subscribe to the channel if you're on YouTube, by the way. We're very close to 203,000. And don't forget, player ratings show straight after this. Mark every player out of 10, 6 being the average. I mentioned that because my man of the half would be Ahmad. I think Ahmad's had his best game of the season in a position where we want him to blossom. And that's credit to him and Ruben Amorim, because I think if you can go to Anfield and play as a right wing back like that, it just shows he can do that job. That's very exciting. Mbeumo's obviously been a threat, played well. I think Luke Shaw has played well as well. I think they're the 3 standout players. I think Dillit's played well as well. Maguire's done okay. Casemiro's done okay. Bruno's done okay. Cunha's done okay. Mount's done okay. But I think the 3 standout players would be Shaw, then Mbeumo, and then Ahmad would be the game of the half. And of course, the goalkeeper. I sometimes don't think of the goalkeeper. The goalkeeper's had a good game as well. I mean, that's a big save from Isak. He's giving confidence to that team. So yeah, very, very. You know, you can't not be happy with that. And you know, ultimately, a lot of the analysis will be about Liverpool, and let that be analysis, certainly. He picked Dalot because Salah cuts inside very well, says HE. Yeah, but Dalot's shit. Eva has just gifted 10 memberships. You're an absolute legend, mate. Thank you very much. Better now we're not playing from the back, says Swifty. Noah, lovely. Thank you very much for joining the members club. I can't lie. Cunha and Mbeumo's aura is insane, says Rajaf. It's so exciting watching them play, and we still have Yoro and Sesko off the bench. Left side is a weakness. He's gone for experience, says he doesn't trust the mentality yet, says Carl. Dalot and Shaw off at half-time, please, says Grosser. I mean, that'd be very unfair on Luke Shaw. I think he's having a good game. Everyone hit the like button, says Eva. Dalot made at least 6 mistakes. You've got to sub him off, says Oscar. Stick says you've still got the clock on. We're playing our worst player against Salah, says Seth. We should have at least 2 goals. Dalot was poor, says Ross McRae Magician. If Amorim isn't brave enough to take Dalot off at half-time, we will lose. Liverpool are a different beast in the second half. And Alberto says, unpopular opinion. I can see Amorim picked Dalot because of his right foot. I would sub Cunha off or Mount for Xerxes for ball control. I think it's upsetting how no one mentions how good Delit is. He's been consistent every game this year, says Robson. He's been our player of the season. Who's the first sub, Mark? Mount. It'll be Mount because he can't play 90 minutes, I think. Seeing change from Ahmad after the Garnacho picture, says Kante. And Delo and Casemiro need to learn to pass the ball, says name unknown 08. I just want United to play like this for the season, says Forza. And De Ligt is one of the best in the league easily, says Harros. And I know we won't do this, but 25 million bid for Gehi in January would change our season. Also, if we had 65 million in the summer for Baleba, why didn't we just sign Youngland, says Mitesh. Delo's been poor, but otherwise it's been good, says Sam. I completely agree. We have to weather the storm in the second half. Let's get it, says Evergreg. I think what we need to do in the second half is what we did in the first half. We need to keep creating chances because we could have had the second goal. They're just showing another chance here where Mason Mount hit it quite well. We need to be a threat. We can't just sit back because Liverpool will score. So we've got to keep being a threat in the second half for as long as possible. Paul says, to be fair, we played Yoro, Dorgo and Sesko at the Etihad, so can understand Amrim going with something different today. Why don't you manage Man United, says Zank. De Ligt might get Defence Player of the Season, says Cal. And United relentless today. You just need to finish, says 1080p. Thank you very much. We need Sesko up front, says Julian. Thoughts on McAllister? I mean, I don't really want to keep talking about this, but I think we can afford to be a little bit humble and honest. The referees in the Premier League are terrible. And if you agree with that statement, then every game you watch, there is the potential for a terrible decision. We were 2-1 down to Brentford, and Nathan Collins should have been sent off. Like, literally should have been sent off. There was no debate. And he stayed on the pitch. And I don't remember Liverpool fans going, that's a disgrace, that's a disgrace. So I've got to sit here as a United fan and go, we played to the whistle and we scored a goal. And we're winning 1-0. It's not on us. If that happens at the other end, and Harry Maguire hits Bruno Fernandes in that way, I'd be screaming and shouting and going, it's a fucking head injury, ref. You should have stopped the game. So I understand that, but as your shirt sponsor says, play on. And we played on. What's it got to do with us? The officiating in the Premier League is shit. I've been saying it for 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. What do you want me to do about it? You know? What are we supposed to do? The referee didn't blow for it. We played on and we scored. Take it up with the referee. Take it up with the PJMOL. By the letter of the law, he should have blown up. Ask him why he didn't. We played on. We scored a goal. Lovely stuff. How's Seb doing, says Frosty? They won 3-0 today. Yeah, back on track. Enjoyed that this morning. So hopefully a double. It's always nice when you get 2 wins. I just want United to play like this for the season, says Forza. Thank you very much. Thank you. 70,000 watching. Absolute legends. Please do subscribe to the channel. If you're on Twitch, please do give us a follow as well. We're very close to 203,000 on YouTube, about 100 away. So please do subscribe, bottom right hand corner. And don't forget player ratings, which we'll talk more about in the second half, to be fair. Christmas jumper is available for pre-order as well. It's behind me there. United Stand Shopify. Type that into Google and you'll find it. Thank you very much, as always, for that. Look, do I think we'll win the game? I said you know what? I don't want to say I told you so, but I did say with that team, didn't I say when I saw that team, don't like it, but we'll probably go and win. I've seen that happen so many times before. You can't sack a manager based on team news, and you can't predict a result based on team news. It doesn't work like that. You can be unhappy with a team, but you should reserve judgment until the game is over. And I said, as much as I don't like some of his team selections, we'll probably go and win this game. Because what we're not taking into account is Liverpool. How well are Liverpool going to play? And so far, they've played pretty bad. I mean, that does not look like a Liverpool side that's going to win the league this year, which is music to my ears, but they do not look very good. They don't look confident. They don't look like they've got any rhythm. They're vulnerable. And dare I say it, well, I will say it because it can't change. They might come out in the second half and play better, but they've just lost 3 games in a row. They're at Anfield and they're playing Man United. And they came out with a whimper. So, you know, we deserve to be where we are. Sweet Cozy, thanks for subscribing with Prime. Legend, thanks for doing that. 170 Harley says, Lamens looks confident and good. That's a big save. Almost De Gea-esque with his feet from Isak. I'd be a little bit worried about how easy they got in behind. sure. But hopefully that won't happen that often in the second half, where I would be sort of saying, like, are we going to, play a slightly deeper line to stop that from happening? Nicholas says, Man United go back to the formula that got them so much success in the past, simply buying the referees. Liverpool, mate, it's got nothing to do with us. Don't be a Liverpool fan who blames that on us. Like, referees are shit in this league. It's got nothing to do with us. We've been victim of it plenty of times. Jar Jar Binks, thanks for subscribing with Prime. Mad Boy says, we need this win to get over the mental issue of not winning 2 in a row and winning away from home as well against the top 6. This could be our turning point. Yoro on for Delo and move Shaw to left wing back, says Mad. The Delo nepotism is killing the left-hand side, says Spin. Liverpool's poor form, or Michael Oliver's hair, says Maz Rawawi. And Man United go, Dorgy has to come on. Delo is so bad, says Ben the Red. He won't make that change, by the way. I'm not disputing it, but he won't make that change. That Bruno chance, Cobby or Casemiro would have buried it, says Matt. I mean, to be honest, I'd expect Bruno to bury it. It was perfect for him. Can we get a shout out to Lemens, says Sessions with Simon? I don't really understand this. We need to shout out Lemens. No, like, we do it all the fucking time. All the time. Mark, you're a legend. When will you be visiting South Africa? Says Aidan. Hopefully soon. And Island Boy says, let's win the game and turn the corner. Well, look, the carrots dangling in front of us is that we have a keeper that looks competent. We have a team that's playing like a team. And we have Brighton at home next week. And if we win this game, that's 2 in a row. Potentially 3 in a row. Forest away, 4 in a row. Spurs have just lost at home to Villa, 5 in a row. United Strand gets a haircut. We're probably in the top 4. That's what's there if you can go and win. Sir Alex is handing out the chocolate buttons to Kenny Dalglish. Go on, go on, have a chocolate button. Oh, go on then, I will. Ah, go on, have one and all. Sesko on Van Dijk looks tired. Delit 10 out of 10, says Rascal. We can't lose our second half time record, says Duda. That's at Old Trafford, mate. It's not away from home. This 5-4-1 system is suiting the players more ultra defensive than counter is where United thrive. Yeah, look, you know what? Light switch. Luke Shaw today is Light Switch FC. He's having a very good game. And we know he can have a really shit game. We like to be the underdog. It works really well. It's not lost on me. I've said it before. The reason we do well against the better teams is because we are the underdog and we're not asked to play on the front foot. And when we play on the front foot, we leave gaps at the back and we sometimes struggle. So, look, we're capable of winning this game. Let's go and win it. Players coming out for the second half. Time to stand up. I'd be surprised if Liverpool haven't made any changes. I really think Kirkes off for Robertson might have made sense. Inquisition says, the moment the ball goes to Bruno, Cunha and Burmo and Ahmad, I think something will happen. Mount just being where he is causing Liverpool problems. What's that top on your wall? It's the new Christmas jumper. United Stand Shopify if you want to order it. Limited edition knitted Christmas jumpers. And Burmo's ready to go. We're ready to go. It's good to see you cheery. Good, God bless. Well, hopefully everybody else is cheery. I mean, I think there's a time for performance and there's a time to win. And as much as I want performance and results, when it's Liverpool, it really is a bit like City. It's about bragging rights. It's about winning. I don't care how we get through this second half now. I don't care if we park the bus, they hit the post 10 times. As long as we win, now, that's what matters. Chicken says, how are Bournemouth third in the league? Are they third in the league? I don't look at the league table because it's going to put us very high as it stands. Yeah, we're in 9th place if we win. 3 points off second. 2 points off Liverpool. Alex is grabbing the oil. Gakpo. Right, just ride it out. Ride it out. Ride it out for 10 minutes. Hopefully be a threat on the counter. I love it if Man United win. says Paul. Daddy says, did you notice Lemen's save after Isak's shot? Yes. I think the ball had gone out of play for that one, but that was a good save as well. If Arsenal don't win the league, then I don't know what to say. Liverpool are incompetent. Slot spent 450 million and made them worse, says Owen. The ref will screw us over. We know it's coming. I'd take Casemiro off before he goes through someone, says Dave the Brave. Well, I don't think the referee, to be fair, has behaved like he made a mistake. And Michael, what might go into our favour is that Michael Oliver is his #1 fan. I don't think he's, I don't rate Michael Oliver as a referee, but I don't think he's the sort of referee that's going to go, I made a mistake, I need to even it up. I actually think he thinks he's amazing. So I don't think he will be looking to even it up because he's not that type of a ref. So hopefully we'll be all right in that sense. Bruno's not been good enough. Delo is incompetent, says Mike. Mates, Liverpool are still in this. We're one mistake away from destruction, says Kyle. Rooftop Ruckus says, much love to the community from me and my fiance Fallon in Nashville. Hope Sesko comes on and we hang on for the win. And it's mad how much confidence a brand new young goalkeeper brings us, says Jace. A bit of a different type of free kick here. Ahmad. Bruno's going to work that. And it's a terrible, terrible kick. And it's a 2v2. McAllister will not have the pace. Gakpo. Isak. Good play by Luke Shaw, and he wins the free kick. I don't actually think it was a free kick, but we'll take it. Michael Oliver's a red. A terrible free kick by Bruno, though. I mean, that could have been so costly. I mean, people have a pop at Delo, but you've got to say, Bruno, that was lazy there. He doesn't do any tracking back either. Poor from Bruno, that. Good play by Luke Shaw to win the free kick, but Bruno's got to be more switched on there. Delo and Shaw pocketing Salah. They should stay on, says K-Stone. Mark, with Yoro, Dorgo and Kobe in this team, we'd have blown Liverpool away, says Christopher Day. Bournemouth should have bloody won yesterday as well, Probe. That's the scary thing. We've got to match them up here in the next 20 minutes. Liverpool look like they've come out with a little bit of intent. Obviously, that gives us the opportunity for the counter. Maybe we're playing for the counter. Better from Delo there. In on Salah very quickly. And then he fouls Salah because he's slow. Robbie will be very happy with this result, says John. Yeah, well, as I say, I mean, Liverpool, 4 points off Liverpool, 4 points off Arsenal if they lose this, but that's not our battle. We've got a hype chest on Twitch. Oh, he's hit the post again! Bloody hell, Gakpo, twice. How did he get that shot off? And now United could break away. Mbeumo, we've got to use this. We've got to use this. Oh, that's a foul by Mbeumo as well. Little bit lucky there because you can see from Lemens he ain't getting anywhere near that. Nothing he can do. How Gakpo gets this shot off is actually quite impressive from there. Now, that was close. Gak post, says Joe. Well, Mbeumo might have put Gravenberch out of this game. Did Amorim bring his whole coaching staff, says Marlowe. I don't know. Cody Gak post, says Kieran. Is it just me or has Isak been poor, says Constantine? He's been poor pretty much since he came. I have €10 on Liverpool. I hope I lose the bet, says Guy Go. I said Liverpool would win. I hope I'm wrong. Yeah. Massive shout out to Maz Baz on Twitch, just while we've got an injury here. He gifted 10 subscribers. Thank you very much to Maz Baz. Looks like Gavin Birch is going to be okay. Right post, man of the match, says Miles Clark. Mainu on, Casemiro off at 60 minutes, says Dazzler. Getting nervous now. Well, you know, at the end of the day, that could have been a goal, couldn't it? Like, literally could have been 1-1. So it's, you know, you live to fight another day, you're still 1-0 up. But we've got to be wary of the fact that they're knocking on the door a little bit. What was Cody Gakpo's favourite lesson at school? Woodwork. Good tackle, Ahmad. Paul Coleman, thanks for joining the Members Club and getting your badge in. Love that. Love the community, Mark. Come on, United, says Ricky Granger. Why has he got booked? Wins the ball. I mean, I don't know what that's all about. I really don't know what that's all about. Good play by Maguire. I know what, I was shitting myself then. I thought they'll go and bloody score from that free kick. I don't know what that free kick's all about. I mean, he does catch Gakpo afterwards, but there's absolutely no intent. There's no eye on that. He wins the ball and he follows through into a player he can't see. Madness. Real Lab, thank you very much for subscribing. My mate's just messaged me saying Ahmad's a dirty C word and he should have been sent off. Shut up. Corner to Liverpool. Oh, go on, get on that. Over the bar, that'll do. Salah on the back post. Mainu needs his chance, says Dazzler. The post is definitely getting man of the match, says Osimo. Love the community, says Ricky Granger. Come on, United. Paul Coleman, thanks very much as well. Yeah, it never should have been a free kick. And not only that, I think it was very harsh to get a yellow card for it. But, you know, Michael Oliver's a shit ref. It works both ways. A little bit nervous about the start to the second half, though, because if you think about it, Liverpool have had a couple of half chances and hit the post in this first 8 minutes, and we've not done a lot. And Luke Shaw was a bit weak there. And that's another corner. Isak does look off it, definitely. But we've got to be careful of stuff like this. Corners, crosses. Szoboszlai's on it. De Ligt's fouled. Looks like they're about to make a sub. Real Abby says, really rooting for you to get the win from a Palace fan. Thanks, pal. Yeah, we've not had a great start to this second half. I almost feel like we need a counter or something just to worry Liverpool a little bit, because you don't want that momentum to become wave after attack and us to start going, shit, we need to defend more. I think in the first half we had a lot more intent, and I I think he'll take Isak off for Ekitike. Mount's been invisible. Sesko time, says Marlowe. I think Mount will be the first sub anyway, because I don't think he can play 90 minutes. So Pope can follow through on Gyökeres because he got the slightest touch of the ball, but Ahmad can't, says Dogboy. Yeah. Burgo says, me and my wife are both City fans. You have a way of both annoying us and entertaining us. Well, at least I own up to the fact that City annoy me. We need a focal point now. Very bad, says James Clough. Here's the low. Terrible, terrible, terrible cross. Casemiro gets booked. Just, yeah, it's just Casemiro booked. It's like night follows day. I mean, I suppose small mercies, it only happened in the 56th minute. And he may have injured himself doing it as well. Comes for it. It's Delo's fault. Yeah, it is Delo's fault. Is he coming off? Red card incoming, says Ricky. Yeah, Agate's coming on anyway. It's probably the right thing to do. He's probably learnt that mistake. Kiwi Mango, thank you very much for subscribing on Prime with Twitch. You can do that for free with Amazon Prime if you've got it. Why is Delo still on the pitch, says Callum. Crazy stat that only Luke Shaw has won a game at Anfield with United. Mount did it with Chelsea of the current squad, says Amar. Is Magic real? The ideal CD for the low block. Wind every duel, says Sam48. Arsenal are denied a penalty because VAR said the defender touched the ball first and then the man. Ahmad does the same and gets booked, says James. Exactly. A controversial play on and Liverpool hitting the woodwork 3 times. We take the current score but could be very different on another day and lots to work on, says Kieran Smith. Hey, it's all about fine margins, mate. Oh, he's taking off Ahmad. The fuck? I suppose it's... Look, I wouldn't say it's like the worst substitution in the world because we go more defensive. That's my problem with it. He's obviously going a little bit more defensive, isn't he? Delo up against Gakpo, not on a yellow card. Cunha and Mbermo, lovely bit of play. This is what we need to do more of. Well, Agate's got to have a good half an hour here and Delo's got to have a fucking good half an hour at right back because if they don't, those substitutions, realistically, I understand Casemiro is on a yellow card, but Ahmad has been our best player. Amram is blind. Delo's been garbage, says Aaron. Delo couldn't hit water if he fell out of a boat, says Bigfoot. Well, look, we didn't like the team selections at the start. We don't like the subs. Probably be all right. I think it's a little bit early to be inviting pressure, though. Like, Delo makes us more defensive. Agate makes us more defensive. So, we've got to counter well. That's what we've certainly got to be looking to do here. Both were booked out, says Owen. Well in by Delit. Oh, God. McAllister just puts it over the bar. I think Lamens had it covered, to be fair. Noah says Casemiro's obligatory yellow. J-Dead says, fire Delo into the sun, please. Tuesday, thank you very much for subscribing with Prime. Taking Ahmad off instead of Delo is absolutely criminal. Sesko's coming on now, Marlowe. I think this will be for Mount. I think the Mount substitution on 60 minutes was always going to happen. I'm happy about that one. That would make sense. Now we can hit the ball long and hopefully hold it up. Constantine says the diagonals need to stop. Taking Adam off. Yeah, Marlowe's not happy about the Ahmad sub either. Double substitution for Liverpool. treble substitution for Liverpool. Curtis Jones and Wirtz and Ekitike. I would imagine Isak, Gravenberch, and I don't know, maybe McAllister because of the head. Half an hour. It's a half an hour match now. Yeah, I've got it right. McAllister off. Gravenberch off. Horn says Casemiro might as well have a clause in his contract to get booked every game. What we saying? I've seen a lot of people saying this is going to end in a draw. I don't know. I just think as soon as that team news came in and we weren't happy with it, I thought, you know what? It's probably going to be one of those days. And to be honest, it probably could be one of those days because it's not like, you know, there was a little bit of controversy in the goal for us, but, you know, fair play. We played on. And also, they have hit the post twice. Lovely ball by Bruno into Mbermo. Go on, put the cross in on Sesko's head. Second ball. Dorgu, whip it in again. Put it in again. Bruno. Good block, Canate. Game's starting to open up a bit now. It's about which subs settle quicker. Liverpool have made 3 subs. We've made 3 subs. So who settles in quicker here? I don't think we should be parking the bus. Look at Delo running over from right wing back to the left wing to throw a fucking throw-in in. I know if we score it's great, but we're Manchester United. Why is our right wing back running over to take a fucking long throw? I mean, seriously. John United says taking Ahmad off when he's on a yellow isn't bad. There's still plenty of defending to come. Not a bad call. The ref, we shouldn't take risks. Yeah, as I say, I wouldn't do it, but you can understand, you can justify it for that reason. Casemiro was booked because Delo gave the ball away. Says the game is the game. Good feet here. Who's this? Is this Ekitike? Yeah, let him do that. Let him do that all day. Shoot from 30 yards. Keep at it, bro. Coming forward here, Liverpool. Look at all the bloody red shirts. Where they all come from? Salah, what a miss. Fucking hell, back post. Jesus, maybe it is going to be our day. Salah on the back post. What a chance. Wow. Well, that's probably worse than the Bruno. Well, it is worse from the Bruno. Look at all these shirts, though. Where's the midfield? More fucking holes than a crumpet. How have we... That is ridiculous. They've got 7 players against 4. We can't have that. David from Belgium's just gifted 5 memberships. Thank you, David. You're a legend. That we did well to get away with that because there was a lot of red shirts. Maybe it's going to be a basketball game. Maybe that's the plan. Good play by Dorgu. Oh God, could be an OMG there. Hit Kirkes in the face. Can't believe how Cunha's slot has gone 4-2-4, says Robert McCormack. Szoboszlai at right wing back, right back. We need to get the ball to Dorgu, says Nate. Oh, did he take Bradley off? I didn't see the subs he made then. Did he keep Isak on? Let's see what happens with the corner first. Bruno into that back post. Maguire cleared away by Szoboszlai. Yeah, he kept Isak on. He took off Bradley to put Szoboszlai at right back. So attacking change. Sesko gets up well on Van Dijk. Looked like a bloody rugby formation, says LR. How are we still so porous with a defensive team in, says What the Yench. Chris White, thanks for your super chat. Well done, Dorgu. I'll tell you what, he's looked a lot better down that left-hand side than Delo did. Prazak says it's like we open up more when we defend. Well, I did fear this in the last 20 minutes. We'd just naturally defend more. But that's a terrible ball by Van Dijk. Second half has me clenching, says Ryan P. A Liverpool in crisis mark, says Alexander. I tell you what, I'd love to be doing that video on That's Football later. Clever play by Cunha. If we're brave, there will be opportunities on the break. Bruno again. He's had a stinker as well. Done well there, Delo. Cunha's so good in tight spaces, says Josh. That's a good ball, Bruno. Come on. That's it, Cunha, off he goes. This is where, you know, he could really make a difference here, Cunha, in the last few minutes. Lovely ball into Dorgu. Let's put the cross in. Oh, Bruno. It's getting a bit stretched, isn't it? Don't want it stretched. Really don't want it stretched against Liverpool. Ekitike again. Just does Delo like he's a piece of butter. Melts him. It's too easy, that. I don't really get what Delo's doing here. Like, you've allowed him to get all the momentum and then you do fuck all. Chris White, thank you. Welcome to the Members Club. Tobias says, now De Ligt, Maguire and Lashaw don't look very comfortable. They're pulled out of position and miss under pressure. Salah doesn't miss again. Thank you, Tobias. I think Bruno's had a poor game. I mean, I know there's been a lot of people going in on Delo, but I think Bruno has had a stinker as well in that midfield. But he ain't never going to take Bruno off, is he? Looks like he's going to make the normal centre-back sub as well because Yoro's warming up. I don't understand why he does that as well. Why does he always make a centre-back change? Played by Cunha. I mean, Cunha's the outball, isn't he? I mean, they're basically playing two up front, Liverpool, so this game's going to open up. I can't see it staying 1-0. I think we get the second game and we kill it, second goal and we kill it, or they get the equaliser and it's, well, it's who knows what. Well, even if they equalised, I still think we could get the second goal. I think we've just got to be intelligent on the counter. They've overloaded the midfield and they're killing us now, says Eden. This is where we're okay. Plenty of numbers and They're just playing in front of us. That's a lovely cross. I mean, I don't really understand what that is from Delo, but it works out okay because Lemens is confident in the air. Jonathan says, Bruno might as well be a wet paper bag, as long as we win. Well done, Sesko. Well done, Cunha. This is it. Passing's been quite... I've still got it. Go on. Unlucky Dorgu not keeping that on. Another substitution. Chiesa for Isak. Is Isak your number 9 at Liverpool? Yeah. Bruno looks really shaky. Not a good look for a captain, says Marlowe. Why don't you go on the fill-in anymore? Fill-in anymore, says Chris. Oh, God. I mean, we're really having that chat? I just don't have time to do it anymore, mate. Palmaria says the bus is being well and truly parked. Sell Bruno's, get 2 midfielders, says Dazzler. I don't know whether Sesko was onside here. Probably off. It's a nice little ball though. It's a nice little out ball. I think Konate's injured. That might be a Verts. Salah. Is it just me or everyone else is seeing 4 or 5 counters because of Bruno's poor decision making, says Archish. Aim Dog says they should have subbed Salah instead of Isak. This clock is going so slow. We need it to be 83, not 73. I mean, we've not really done a lot in the second half, have we, really? We were a lot more threatening. Mainu could be a game changer here. Bruno's miscontrolled that. Good tackle, Luke Shaw. Fucking hell, we're a little bit ragged here. The counter's on though. I mean, that was nearly a great ball by Cunha. Go for a goal kick. Hi, Mark. I'm nervous. If they get one, it'll probably be another to follow. Please hold out, says Scraps. Do you think the team has outgrown Bruno to progress, says Andrew? Is it? Thank you very much, Archish. And Gareth Davies says, for all the hate, I think Bruno could use a rest. He doesn't look sharp, and I think Amrin would do well to give Mainu an opportunity, says Gareth. Well, I'm going to tweet it, see how it goes down. This is good play by Liverpool, but he's going to go back for a foul. Playing with fire a little bit here because we can see the problems. Just hope it doesn't cost us. Is anyone going to put a tackle in? Curtis Jones cannot be allowed to run through the midfield and get a shot off there. Come on. Get Bruno off. My God, Ruben, see what everyone else is seeing, says Aldo. Well, that's Bruno again. Just running off him, isn't it? It's not Sesko's job to go with Curtis Jones. Oh, I tell you what, Mbermo's quick. I thought he was in there, but that recovery pace from Konate. Very, very good. It's getting to the edge of our box a lot easier than I would like. But we have got the numbers back here. Everyone's behind the ball. Well played, Dorgu. Bruno's going to be the kryptonite of this team, says Grimlock. If we win this game, it would be huge for morale. Yeah, well, that's where we are, Constantine. That's where we are. The clock's going so bloody slow, though. It was 73 an hour ago. 76 now. Corner to Liverpool. We've defended corners really well. And that's gone wide. Gakpo. Give it another corner. Thought it was a goal kick. That's a breakaway. Vert's terrible. Van Dijk. Ekatike. Verts. Chiesa. Offside! Offside! Gakpo's offside! Get your flag up! Get your flag up! Get your fucking flag up! He's got to be offside. He looks bloody miles off. Get your fucking flag up, ref. Oh, he's on. He's fucking on. Why's De Ligt got 3 players on the back post? Where's fucking Luke Shaw? Where's Harry Maguire? Fucking hell. Switched off at the back again, haven't we? Switched off at the back. Where's the fucking defence gone there? De Ligt's got 3 players on the back post. How are we conceding a goal like that with 5 fucking defenders? Oh, for fuck's sake. "12 minutes to go as well. We're still in the 70s. Give me a fucking pair of flares. How are we still in the 70 minutes here? That's got to be the longest 10 minutes of my bloody life. He wasn't offside. He was onside. And there's an old super chat there from the Recon guy. We need one more to keep the momentum. We've not done enough in the second half, you know. And I think ignoring the glaring obvious in this team, the Portuguese bias has cost us this game. Because Dalot and Bruno should be off. Unless they can do something amazing in the next 10 minutes. To me, Bruno and Good recovery from Dorgu. We're in a mess here. We're in a mess. This is what I thought the first 10 minutes was going to be like, and we're going to get it at the end. We're going to get it hard at the end here in the last 10 minutes. That crowd is up for it now. And all the problems we thought with the team selection might be about to fucking bite us in the arse now, because I'm looking at it and I'm going, you know, De Ligt was the only one who sensed the danger, and he's got 3 players on him. I don't know where Maguire had gone. I don't know where Delo was. I don't know why Luke Shaw was playing as a right back. You've got a back 5. And, I mean, there's Delo again, clearing it to a fucking red shirt. You're wearing white, you prat. We're not wearing red this week. Got to be strong here. Bringing Yoro on and Mainu on. Too fucking late, mate. Too fucking late. If this is Mainu for Bruno, it should have happened 20 minutes ago. Why can't we clear the ball in the box, says Peta? This all-on game plan, defend for 90 minutes, was stupid, says Addy. Good choice by Mbermo to try and run it out instead of clear. The little things always hurt us, says Class. 4 a.m. here in Australia, and I don't even support either team, but I'm awake because I want to watch football on my birthday. Well, thank you very much for tuning in, HBT. Seriously, can we get real? Bruno needs to be benched, says Shane. We went on the defensive far too early, says Ghost92. So annoying. We should have won it in the first half. Amrim not taking off. Bruno has destroyed us. Well, we still could do something on the break. Cunha's in. Does well. Wins a corner. Get the ball to Cunha. Basically, get the ball to Cunha. 8 minutes to go. I mean, that's a foul on Maguire, by the way. 100%. Could still win this. It's been a weird old game, you know. We could still win this. Bruno, put it right on the keeper. It's gone short. And Mbermo. Oh, I thought he deflected in, the bloody cheeky camera. Back post, Maguire. Goal! 2-1! I told ya! I bloody told you it could happen. 2-1. Harry Maguire on the back post. United right at the end. Looked like they might have bloody won it. I said it, didn't I? I said put a good corner in. You never know in this game. It's been one of those bloody games. You never know. United are back in front with 7 minutes to go at Anfield. And it's Harry Maguire. And I tell you what, it's a great cross by Bruno Fernandes. You've got to say, the way he pings that up, that goalkeeper is shit. He's absolutely shit. And Harry Maguire on that back post. Yeah, you can see Van Dijk. He's fuming with the goalkeeper. We've been there. We've been there. We've been there. And Mbermo with the shot. Bruno puts it in first time. And Maguire's there on Konate. Don't be offside, anybody. It's a lovely cross by Bruno. Maguire. Lovely stuff. Lovely header. You don't save those. Right. Let's get it right this time. Let's get it right. Oh, God. I did say it. I did sense it. I did sense that, like, as much as we felt we'd blown it, there is opportunities against this Liverpool defence. Six minutes plus stoppage time. Mainu is on. Yoro is on. I don't know who he's took off. He has took off Bruno, so that's a clever move. Fucking last. Yeah, Bruno off and Luke Shaw off. Well, we should be at least getting a point here now. I'd have took a point before the game. I want to win. 4 losses in a row for Liverpool, potentially. Arsenal, you should be saying a big thank you to us because we should have beat you as well. But I'd much rather you win the league anyway. Frimpong's on for them. I don't know whether he took Salah off. Oh, what a miss by Gakpo on the back post. Bloody hell. It's got to be our day. It's got to be our day. Oh my God. Frimpong sends Dorgu back to Italy and then Gakpo misses an absolute sitter. I tell you what, as much as this is going to be a great result for us, you've got to look at it and go, it could have been different. It could have been, you know, I'm not hearing anything about we didn't deserve to win it. That's bollocks. But it could have been different. It really could have been different. They've hit the post twice. They've missed a couple of sitters. I mean, we've missed a couple of chances, but I think on the balance, it could have been different. Oh, God. Time is on our side here. Go and win the second ball. Well up, Yoro. Give it to Cunha. Yeah, yeah. He's given us the free kick as well. Lovely stuff. Absolutely fantastic, says Mike Royce. I take it back, Harry, says Elliot. Getting United, says Recon Guy. Celebrated too loud. Baby's crying now. FML, says Connor. Amrim should have run down the touchline like Maresco. That Pratt, says Jason. Give Slabhead the contract, says Steve. Got to give credit where it's due. Bruno has had a couple of great balls today. Time to park the bus, says Class. Get in, Mark. Oh, Harry Maguire, says Mason. 2 points off fourth, says Joey. I'm ordering a 20-foot tall stone head sculpture of Maguire to go in the garden, says Dan V. Let's see this out, says John United. Bruno and Maguire Magic. How is it still only 85 minutes, says Ash. To be fair, it's the perfect time for us to score. Let them get back. Oh, Delit. So close. Bad substitution almost cost us this game. Bad says Fuji. Right. 88 minutes. Just got to get the numbers back now. Make them make mistakes. Just keep the numbers back now. We don't need to attack anymore. Like I'm not one for parking the bus, but in the 88th minute, when you're 2-1 up at Anfield, like, I've seen great United sides do it. Just park the fucking bus. There's no shame in it. Don't stretch now. Don't start pushing men forward on the counter. We don't need to just sit back. That's it. Good clearance, Maguire. Well, man of the match is going to be interesting. Don't forget to do your player ratings. Mark every player out of 10, 6 being the average. You can sign up for our player ratings, which is, once you've signed up, it's free to sign up anyway. But you can do it every week with us then. Mark every player out of 10, 6 being the average. Scan that QR code next to me or go through the link in the description. It's going to be very interesting who the man of the match might be, because I think it was Ahmad. But good play by Delo there. Thought he was going to score an OG. You could give it Maguire. I mean, I don't think he was in too bad. I think Delit's been very good, and Burmo's been good. But second half has just been so different to the first half, hasn't it? Just got to see this out. We're into the 90th minute now. We'll literally know how long it's going to be added on in a minute. Good play, Cunha. Take the free kick. Dive. Fall over. Well done. How long, ref? 8 minutes? 8 minutes? Where's he got that from? Where's he got 8 minutes from? Well played, Yoro. Eight fucking minutes. I very rarely don't have words, but I'm sort of like... I would have said 5 minutes tops as well, I agree. Well done, Yoro. It's amazing how Yoro and Dorgu have come on and look so good. And you think, just start the fuckers, you know? Man of the match for United is Gakpo, says Vladimir. Why 8 minutes, says Marlow. You lot are terrible. All Leeds, aren't we? Says One Gaming. I was sober for a year today, drunk on gin and wine, says Tilsha. What a hell of a game. We turned up at last, says Dazzler. I hated saying that on a corner. Oh, God, Dorgu there. I thought he was going to miscontrol that and handle it. Two on the bounce. First time for Amorim. That's what we're looking at. Maguire's going to head that. Goes for a corner. Focus, lads. Focus, lads. I thought there was going to be 4 or 5 minutes. It's only the 91st, so let's not worry about that too much at the moment. We've defended well from corners, and this is what we've got people like Yoro on for now. Maguire, De Ligt. It's bouncing around. They're still going to get it here. Gakpo. He's definitely going to cut inside. Kirkes. Lamens. Good lad. Good lad. Bruno can be crap, but without him, we wouldn't lead. So I mean, look, Bruno's our worst player and best player. That's what it means. There can't be good if there isn't bad, and there can't be bad if there isn't good. You can't have the statement that Bruno's our worst player and best player without him doing some good. So, you know, I didn't even come up with that statement. It was someone in a watch-along months ago. And they said, Bruno's our worst player and he's our best player. And I think it's the best explanation. Because at times he does stuff that makes a difference. And at other times you're like, fucking hell, you know. And there's a lot of players like that for United. You know, Maguire's going to win us the game. But we all know his weaknesses. We saw it against Brentford. So, you know, sometimes these players, they get you things. And then in other games you go, oh, fucking hell, we need to change. Come on, surely now. 4 minutes. I tell you what, I think Orly's right. There needs to be a lot of apologies to Amorim. I said I didn't like the team, but I'll reserve judgment till the end of the game. This is what he gets paid for. We had a lot of people saying they're Amorim out based on the team news. So what do you think about that? There was a lot of people. I'm not calling you out. I'm just saying there was a lot of people saying Amorim out based on the team. I didn't like the team, but I said, look, I've got a funny feeling we might win because you don't lose a game based on team news. And on another day, we could have lost this game. You know, on another day, we could have drawn this game. But football against Liverpool this season, it's normally quite a tight game. And it has been quite a tight game. And it's gone in our favour. So, look, what I would say is Amorim needs results to survive. And goal kick. Good play, ref. Cunha's been excellent. Amorim got his team right, says Robert McCormack. Where did the 8 minutes come from, says Marcus. Did the ref went for a toilet break? Where did the 8 minutes come from, says Grimlock. Don't forget to do your player ratings. I think Cunha's had a good game. I agree with Robert as well. First time we've bought on subs and been better, says Cyber. Orly wants to give man of the match to Amorim. If you're on Twitch, by the way, we're really close. We're only 70 followers away from 296,000. So please do give us a follow if you are on there and you're not following us. There's only 3 minutes to go. Gin and a win, Mark, not gin and wine. I was going to say, gin and wine's a bit of a combo going on there, Tilsha. Hey, Brighton at home next week. For the love of God, if we don't win that game, I think I'm just going to smash the setup. You can't beat Sunderland and Liverpool at Anfield and not beat Brighton at home next week. I mean, come on. There's got to be a bit of confidence going on. Two minutes. 2 motherfucking minutes. Come on. It's 96. Ekatike, back cut, Mainu. They might let that go for a corner. No, he won't because Chiesa's got it. Go on, clear it. Come on, United. We need to be a little bit... Well done, Agate. 90 seconds. Liverpool will be 4 points off the top as well. For Arsenal, this is massive. Oh, Yoro. Well done, Yoro. And a free kick won by Cunha. Don't be like that, Cunha. Come on. That's got to be it. That has to be it. 60 seconds. Come on. That's got to be it. Neil says, I'm still hammering him out regardless of the result. The team selection and in-game management is horrendous. This is not sustainable in the long run. It's papering over the cracks. Do you agree with that? We'll talk about it more in the match reaction. We're all united today. Arsenal fan, 1080p. Yeah, make sure you subscribe to the channel on YouTube, by the way. I don't know whether we've hit 203,000, but we were very, very close. Maguire missed that last-minute winner at Anfield a couple of seasons ago. This is redemption, says Luke. I tell you what, I might have a gin myself tonight, Tilsha. It's been... We're into the 8... That's it now. 8 minutes. Blow your whistle, ref. Got to blow. You what? 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 2-1 to United at Anfield. First win since 2016. Big, big win for United. You can see what it means to the players. Absolutely brilliant. Brilliant. Look at that. All the hugs, all the support. They've turned the switch on today. They have turned the switch on today, regardless of team selections, regardless of what you think about Amrim, regardless of what you think about this experienced players bullshit. They've turned the switch on today. That's 2 wins in a row. That's a big 3 points. And you've got to say, surely now we don't go next week and don't beat Brighton. We don't go to Forest and get beat. Like, you've got to take these results and turn them into something, because we've been waiting a decade for this to happen. Hopefully, this is what happens. Great result. Let's get over to the match reaction. Don't forget to do your player ratings. I want as many people on this as possible today, because I think the player ratings are going to be very interesting, because I'm sort of like, who's man of the match? Who played well? Who deserves credit? Who doesn't? What are you going to give Amrim as a score? So scan the QR code or go through the link in the description. Mark every player out of 10, 6 being the average, and I'll be with you in a couple of minutes. United 2, Liverpool 1. I'll see you on the match reaction. Big up to everyone on Twitch as well.